to approve of and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting?
I make a motion to approve of and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting.
You second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Mayor's opening comments. I want to address a couple things. Some of you may have received a letter from Miami Township, an open message to the residents of Miami Township. And if you read about it and you get down to the end, it says, if you live in Cleves, North Bend, or Addyston, your mayor and council have not agreed to continue fire and EMS services in Miami Township. Let them know you want to continue to receive your services from the township that is able to provide the service you need and expect. Well, we have agreed to fire and EMS. You guys just voted on a renewal of the levy in November. We signed a 3-month extension because our agreement for the fire and EMS with Miami Township expired at the end of 2024. And they made some significant changes to the agreement. And so all 3 villages agreed to extend it for 90 days. And during that 90 days, all 3 villages have already met with Miami Township. Myself, Bill Dieters, and Dave Mormon via phone, and Scott met with them last Monday, right? The 20th? We met with them last Monday. We are continuing our discussions. We as a village, the 3 villages will be meeting together to see how we might want to approach the new contracts. In essence, because their levy failed, along with their new levy, and our renewal passed, but our new 2 mills did not pass, they are effectively increasing what we collect through the levy by about $100,000. So we obviously could not agree to those terms. And so we are continuing to meet with them. They are looking for a way for us to come together to figure out how this all works. But just to give you some notes from our meeting, just so that everybody has an idea of what we're talking about. Currently, the village of North Bend accounts for 8.3% of the runs. Addyston accounts for 10.3% of the runs, and Cleves accounts for 22% of the runs. But through our collections through the village, Addyston pays $40,000. The village of North Bend pays $189,000, and Cleves pays $252,000 currently through what they collect through the levies. So as you can see, we have the least amount of runs, but we pay almost 5 times the amount Addyston does for fire and EMS. And Cleves has almost 3 times the amount of runs that we do, and they pay a little over $63,000 more than we do. So obviously, we feel like being the village that has the least amount of runs, we're paying a lot higher percentage per run than everybody else. Our increase was going to be around 46% increase from what we had last year. Cleves was about a 61.8% increase. And their budget for 2025 is about $4.1 million for the fire department, of which $2.7 million accounts for basically salaries and benefits for their employees. And all combined, the villages, I told you what we paid collectively. So that's what our concern is the amount of runs that we have versus other villages that Miami Township serves, and how much we pay compared to the other village from a percentage of runs. So we are continuing our discussions, but by no means have we just given up discussions with Miami Townships about having fire and EMS. So I wanted that to be clear because, I had people calling about, what do you mean we don't have fire and EMS? So I wanted to make sure it was very clear that we are continuing to work together as villages and with Miami Township to get this resolved. But because Miami Township did not pass their levy, they combined both their old levy along with a new additional levy. They had 3.5 mills previous and 3 new. They did it as one as opposed to 2 separate like we did. And because it failed, they're going to lose out about $920,000 this year because their levies were not renewed. So just so you have an idea of what we're dealing with and what we are trying to do as a village to make sure that our citizens here are going to be protected, making sure that when you call 911, somebody from Miami Township and just so you know, we have reached out to our neighboring townships. We reached out to Whitewater Township, we reached out to Green Township, and both of them said they could not service the village of North Bend. So just so you know, we have discussed this with other areas, other townships that could obviously service us from some of their locations, but they are suffering the same issues that other ones are. Manpower, City of Cincinnati paying a whole lot more for their firefighters. So just so you know, we're trying to resolve this, but at this time we have a 90-day contract with Miami Township, which will expire at the end of March. So just so you know. Yeah, Tom, did you have a question?
Yeah, what's the backup? I mean, we're kind of...
Well, that's
the problem, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do.
You're doing a great job with that, but
Yeah.
it's tough.
So we're trying to figure it out, and just wanted to let you guys know.